G'day traders, Sam here from Trade to Prosper. Looking at Moonbeam, and I've got a big interest in Moonbeam. If you look at my previous posts, I'm looking to accumulate in the past, and I'm looking for the bottom. And this is what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about the current situation, and also, as well as a potential big macro picture. And it sort of falls in line with my Bitcoin approach, which is a bear market. So what I like to do is pretty much get the bottom, accumulate, and then hopefully do well with the next bull run. So let's start with this structure. If I was to look at Moonbeam, we can see that when the project was released to the public, it was about 24 cents, and it wicked up all the way to $52, $51 pretty much. So that's a big win, and I missed that early entrance. But what it does is it gives us an initial range, and we use these ranges, the top and the bottom, and manipulate our Fibonacci to get some story. So what we look for is confluence. Now what I want to do, I don't want to take too long, but what I like to do is, I suppose, just hide a bit of this and just run through the charts. So you can see my initial Fibonacci and and a bit of the stuff that I did in the past that I traded this. And I was lucky enough to get that trade and had that nice run. Now what we have is pretty much a downtrend, and what we do is we can use this pivot, this point to that point as a trend. We can measure that and apply it, a measured move to the top, to the bottom, and we have that. So what we see here is pretty much, and I'm thinking, is equivalent to the wave 3 to 4. So we have this continuation pattern. Hold on, give me a sec. Broadening wedge, megaphone, some of them call. And as soon as we lost that level of significance, we found a bit of support there. Now we can bring that down. Bit of support there. We got the 200 moving daily averages and didn't quite get there, but anyway, as soon as we lost that key level of this support, it's a continuation pattern to the bottom. We can also apply Fibonacci extension from the bottom, swing low, to the swing high, to potentially see where it can go upwards. So we have that perspective. So let's talk about that for the time being. Since we're in the bear market, we can see realistically that's a support line, what seems to be a flat level, and this could be a continuation pattern to the downside. So continuation pattern for the newbies, we have a trend that's going down. It finds a bit of a relief, a bounce, and then continues down. So this can be that scenario where we continue the pattern from top, bit of potentially to that level. I see that 200 moving average most likely to be resistance, and then we just continue to the downside. Okay, so that is got to be carefully measured. And if we look up closely, can play this game as well. Let's see, just another method. We get our bottom, and we assume that that's the 0.618, strong resistance, and potentially that's our one, which equates to this level. So if there was a breakout, we will trade the breakout. If this was to continue and find the breakout, find resistance, and potentially find that as the main target. And you might fit the model that this is another reversal, and then I would think that it will go down again. And I'm looking for this level of interest. So this level for me, based on the measured move, is about 60, 70 cents. And that's my first thoughts that we are having. If we were to just do this Elliott wave count, that was our 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, no, that's not the right way. If I'm saying that's 5, that's our. Let's do it again. Let's do it like this. That's probably better. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a complex. 3 and 4 is usually complex. We have this strong stride. So that could be 3. Okay. That can be 3. Well, that can be 3 as well. Yeah. Either way, that can be a 4. Where is it? Here we are. So our 4 is somewhere around here, and our 5th wave, which is smaller. The reason why I think this is a wave 3 is just the strength of the like. There's no really stops, so that is a strong move. So that could be from 2 to 3 is usually a strong move, and 4 to 5 is usually the last stages. So that is one level I'm looking at as a nice reversal, or we can have pretty much a deeper one. So if we were to get the Fibonacci extension, we do that to the pivot point, and let's see what we have. So it's close to the 1, but with this bear market, it could be much worse, and we will come back down to these levels if it's a deeper bear market. So I don't see this as a reversal, and depending on how the stock market goes, we're going to potentially go up to this level here and then further down. It's hard to say at this point, but I do see this going up. First level is here, which is the pivot point, which sort of has confluence to that spot there as a major rejection. The 200 moving average might be the one that does it. But we have a number of levels, and the way we approach this market, that's the way it is. So I'm pretty much looking to short Bitcoin and short Ethereum or any other coins that I get to find in time. But definitely this level here, at this point, when I look at it, that pivot point there is a strong resistance. Hopefully it gets that high. I'm not going to rely on the 200 moving average on the daily. Actually, it's not on the daily, it's the 8 hour, so that doesn't help. It's a 4 hour, okay. So the 4 hour doesn't have, let's see what the dailies, probably won't have enough data. Yeah, don't have enough data. That's why I did it. I think, so let's put on 8 hour, actually 12 hour will be better. Okay, so 12 hours there, and it does make sense as well. The 4 hour is the short term, probably the short term resistance. So yeah, that could be a reason to get pulled back, and then we break above it. The 618. So if we could get above the 618, get a rejection, use the 618 as support, and then do that final up thrust, and we've got a number of levels here. We've got the 618, which is, so this level is going to be very strong resistance. If we get past that, and the only way we're going to see that is if we have this bounce really move quick, get a rejection, then we can use this as support to try to get that last wave, and then we'll count the waves and look at the indicators as well. Right now, you can see on the 8 hour, it's hard to use this. It could still keep going up, that trend line. Previously, we saw this trend line. Once we break the trend line, price drops. So just using the RSI, let's look at the 12 hour, maybe give us a bit more clue. I can see the Phoenix looking bullish. Just a bigger, yeah, so it did dip a little back. So we might just get another bounce, but if you look at the chart, the Phoenix has some, I mean, this could be just a bit, we've got these moving averages on the RSI, so the 12 hours slightly bearish at the moment, but the 8 hour is definitely, what happened there? The 8 hour has upward momentum at the moment, so I don't see this dropping much at all, and it sort of fits the model that we have in support in this model. Okay, so that's all I have for now. So given the current situation, I'm looking for the upside move, pretty much finding one rejection, and if we go above that, I'm finding the 618 as support, and Bitcoin's probably doing something similar. Then we're all right. So if we look at Bitcoin at the moment, it's finding its resistance. If we look at the big picture, I'm hoping this captures it on the screen. So if we look at on the big picture, we had a nice upthrust. We're looking for a bit of support to continue on to my 35k target, initial target. The monthly 33 is one, but the 35 is the main resistance, I think, or nearabouts. Point of control from a volume perspective. So this is going to be a strong resistance. And if we were to disable the log, you can see this descending trend lines, descending support trend lines. So I don't know why it keeps moving, but that's pretty much what I have. And we might be lucky enough to get to 38 to 40k around there with the fib extensions, and then get a rejection to the downside. So that's what I got for what do you call it? Moonbeam GLMR. And yes, please give me a like and a share, and talk to you soon. Cheers.